Hi everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying this wee cruncher variation, just a wee hot spot cruncher. Very effective fly. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anyone that wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content, and be entered into the giveaways. Right, so I've got my hook and my vise, and this is a size 10 B175 Kamasan. And I'm running on a bed of Uni, 8.0 and Camel. You could use a lighter hook if you want, a B170, which would be like a full mill all-purpose medium weight. This is like the competition heavy. And you can tie them 10s, 12s, 14s really I think are the most effective sizes. Right, so for my tail I've got a bunch of Hackle fibres. This is from just for a cheap Indian cock hackle. They're actually quite soft. It's one of the feathers from up the back, but a lot of folk like pheasant tail, but it's too soft, it breaks, too brittle. This will last longer. So shank length at the back, single turn will hold it, and I'll come in and get my wire for my rib. Tie that on my side, and I'll just put the end into it's the length of the body, and then I'll just tidy up. On the way back down I'm going to catch in some Glo-brite floss. This is number 5, but you can obviously tie it in different colours, right? Like olive and chartreuse is a nice colour, olive and orange is nice, black and red. Right, so I've stopped this, stopped the floss is there, you can see that nice and clear, and the tail tie-in is at the barb, right, in line with the barb. So I've got this almost the length of the spear of the hook to go back and forward, right, and I'm going to just wind this floss back to the tail, touching turns, slightly overlapping even, just building up this wee hot spot, right, like that, and that's enough. When I get to my thread I'll come across it. A couple of wraps is fine. Trim away my waist, and I'm just going to tidy everything up. Going forward and touching turns. You don't need to be super fussy, but you do want to keep the underbody quite smooth. Wee fibre there. And then just to reinforce that floss a bit, I'm going to just come in with a wee fine coat of varnish. Right, that will soak in, and the varnish shrinks when it dries as well, so you end up with a nice, smooth, slightly tougher finish. The body is pheasant tail. I'm going to just come back, catch it in and put it through to the tips, and then just tidy everything up. And I'm going to wind the pheasant tail the opposite direction to everything else. It's the weakest fibre, right, so it's getting basically counter wrapped, as the Americans call it. When I get to my thread, come across the thread, turn on the hook. Right, do that. That by taking the turn of the thread on the hook, it stops the thread trying to run back into the material, right? Because it's like an open spiral at the moment. Trim that away. I'm going to take my rib full turn at the back, and then up the body. Catch that off. I'm going to tie back a wee bit. Right, so I made my abdomen slightly longer than it had to be. I'm tying back to it. It's about 4 ribs long here. Right. I spaced that rib so that the 5th turn would come up into the what is going to be the thorax. So if you look, this is like 2/3, and I've got 1/3 of the shank left. Thorax is just a wee bit of pheasant tail coloured ice dub. Right, the colour's just called pheasant tail. But again, up to you. You could, if you don't want this as sparkly, you could use hare's ear, you could use a natural fur, seal fur, peacock, up to you. But I like this. It gives it a wee bit of glint, and I like that pheasant tail coloured ice dub. It's quite a subtle, flashy dub. I like it for a lot of different flies actually. It's just adding a wee bit more just to build that out a wee bit. And then we're ready for the hackle. And I'm using, just for the same cheap Indian cock cape, wee hackle. Now, I like my hackles. Hackle length's up to you. I like the hackle in a cruncher to be quite long but sparse. I see a lot of folk tie them with quite a short hackle and it's a bit denser. It's entirely up to you, it's personal preference. Tie that in. I'm going to fold back the stem because it's nice and thin on these wee capes. Break that away. Then, as it's quite a wee hackle, one, and that's just a turn, and that's nearly enough for me actually. That's about 1.5, say. Come across, just fold it back, snap that away, and there's probably actually enough on this wee feather for my next fly because I like it so sparse. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort of sweep them with my finger, but I'm turning my finger in the opposite way to around the hackle, and you can even do it forward as well, and that will sort of untwist it. And then it's just a case, I'm just going to sweep everything back, make my wee neat head, and a whip finish. And another, just in case. There you go, a nice wee hot spot cruncher variation. Very, very good fly. The cruncher, I mean, the cruncher's excellent. You can fish it like a nymph, you can fish it like a wet fly. You know, put this in the point and a couple of snatchers above it and a kind of calm day. If you're fishing it that way, it can be very productive. So I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Tight lines, guys. Bye.